everyone, or no, good afternoon by the way. It's just me who is sick or ill, however you say it. I'm sorry about the very narrow field. I just have my 50mm, but I have some good news. I think my adapter is coming. I got a mail about it, so we'll see if it maybe will appear someday soon. I've been home this last week. I've been having fevers and cold, which is so boring because first of all I want to go to work, and second of all I really want to go out and do some photography, and especially a day like this when the cloud is actually, you know, nice. Well, it's not that nice, but you know, it has some texture and it's not just like a gray lid. But I was going through some pictures today and I realized my photography has really improved the last year. I remember about a year ago I told my dad that I think my photography has been stuck, you know. And he was like, yeah, maybe you should get into something you know, very particular, like black and white or something, or maybe you should find some photography friends and whatever. And well, I haven't gone into something very particular, but I have started hanging out with Herman and Kim, as you have met and or seen, and well, of course that has made some changes, but also some other things. I don't actually know why my photography has improved. I can just see, I'm looking at my computer right here. I can just see that it has definitely improved, and I am really happy with some of the pictures that I have taken the last year. So I was thinking maybe I will do this video and talk about some of the images, starting with some of the latest pictures I have taken and some of the earlier ones that I have taken the last year. And also why I'm into photography, why I really like photography, and why I really like different kinds of photography. Because as you might have noticed, recently I've been doing very much street photography, and that's basically because I'm living in a city and it's very easy to go and do street photography, especially now when I've been working a lot, and you know, you don't want to go travel and stuff, and it's been winter and cold, and you know, camping isn't really the very nicest thing to do this time of the year. So that's why street has been quite a lot recently. So I was thinking about showing you some pictures that I have taken on the streets and tell you a little bit what I like about them and what I don't. Also today, thank you David. Thanks to David Beskows, my very dear friend, who helped me with some bass lines to the music. It was a nice evening yesterday when we recorded some music, and we were struggling with the speed of the different programs, whatever. But some of the songs turned out really nice and definitely improved from my previous versions without his amazing bass lines. So thank you, David. Link down below. Oh, that's so cheeky. Okay, so let's start with this picture. This picture I took almost 2 weeks ago when I was out on a walk with a great friend, Amanda. Hi, Amanda. And we were walking at this very classic place, if you live in Stockholm, and also if you have photography interested friends that are interested in photography, and also if you're friends with Herman, my friend, then this is a very classic place because he has been here and taken some photos, and I really want to go back there and take some more. But this was a nice winter snowy day, and the sky was bright. So this picture is really nice for a couple of reasons. I'm going to be a bit braggy now, so yeah, hold your hats. I mean, the composition is quite simple, but there is some texture in the sky, and these people that are walking is, almost framed from the branch that is over their heads. And I mean, photography wise, this is, quite a decent picture. It's not a very, very best, but it's still quite nice. But also, what I really like about this picture is this people's walking. Well, of course, if you know the story about this place, which is it's a graveyard, a big graveyard, that makes, that gives this picture a bit more, it makes this image a bit more profound. Can you say that? I think you can. I just did. So, these two people walking, I really just, we have no idea what they are thinking about, and that makes me wonder, what are they thinking about, So that's why I really like this picture. The picture would have been nice without the people also, but I think that the couple here just adds a bit of extra to it. Of course, if you were to think about photography rules, I should have been here early morning or late evening when the sun is going down and yada yada. But I think it turned out really well. I also took this other picture of a family, I would presume, might be totally wrong, but a couple of people getting their food from a little food hut on the street. And I just, this is one of those pictures where it's just a nice street picture of an interaction between people. And unfortunately, this woman that is handing out the food, she's looking at me. So that could have been better if she didn't notice me, but I was standing too close, and yeah, obviously a lot of people here in Sweden are very aware when it comes to people picking up cameras. So I mean, yeah, but it's still a nice picture, just a Friday evening a couple of Fridays ago, and with some interaction between people, just a moment, a shot in the moment, which I really like. And this is, two kinds of images where you have to be a bit in the moment, so to say, which is also what I really like about some kind of photography, where you have to be really aware of your surroundings all the time. And that's what's so fascinating about street photography. You have to be ready all the time, compared to this picture instead, which is one of my favorites, and it's also hanging on the wall in my room. This took a long time to prepare. I was in the water with my waders, pants that doesn't make me wet. I think they're called waders. And I also had to remove another rock because it was in the way. And I mean, this composition is very simple, with a wide angle, and these three rocks is really in the main subject, with just a soft light that was this evening. So, and I mean, comparing these pictures to one another, this picture is, I think this really makes for a big print that just, brings a bit of calm, if you get it. Even though there's no big mountains or epic views or anything, it's just three rocks, and I think that makes for a really calm and nice picture. Because this was actually one of the first pictures, and I think I took this in March, maybe April last year. This, when I took this, I really felt like I need to get this printed big, So this was actually my first picture that I printed big, and it turned out really nice. It is a bit too dark, and unfortunately I shot it on my 60D, and I was so eager when I took it, so I didn't exposure it right. I wish I would have been a bit more aware. Yeah, but it's still nice, and it hangs on my wall, and also on my brother's wall, even though he got the bad copy, the first copy with stains on, you know, from the sensor and stuff. But he still wanted it, so he could have it easily. This picture, also a bright and sunny day, but these clouds is what makes this picture really nice. And I don't know if you can see, but in this picture there is actually a church. So I wish this road would have just gone to the church, or that the church would have been more prominent in the picture. But I still really enjoy this picture for the colors and for the big cloud that is very, you know, I just got the whole cloud in the picture, and I think it turned out really, really nice. So I really like it. I haven't printed this, but it would make for quite a nice print. And also this place is quite easy to get to, so I will probably get back there with my new wide angle lens that's much sharper, and yeah, so maybe I'll make a better version of it. Still, I like it. Yeah, this is quite rushy, I know, and I'm already up to 12 minutes, so sorry, I can talk for ages. I mean, I'm a teacher, and my students always think that I talk too much, so I should learn how to be shorter. This picture, this is probably one of my absolutely best compositionally wise taken pictures ever. I mean, this picture is so good in a couple of ways, and I will show you why. If you are thinking about the rules in like compositional rules in photography, because if you look at this picture, there is so many things that is like right with this picture. You have the wall in the background being split in the middle, and of course I cropped it, so but never mind. You have these bikes, the bike in front of the white truck and the green bike in front of the wall, and they are exactly placed in the rule of third crossings, you know. And then also you have these people that are riding past, and they are a bit blurry, which was my intention, and they are not interrupting anything. They're not interrupting the green bike or interrupting each other, and they are also, you know, they aren't too far out, like too close to the edges. So this was actually just a lucky shot. I was waiting for someone who was on the toilet, and I found this picture, and it turned out so nice. I don't think I've ever made a composition that is as rule-wise perfect as this. I'm not sure my English is correct. It's probably not, but I think you understand what I mean either way. So yeah, this last picture, I think if you aren't in or never been into like this life on the sea, you see, me and my brother, you see, me and my brother, we used to spend a lot of weeks on a boat when we were small. Not a sailing boat, but still on a boat, because our parents were divorced and they both spent their time on the Baltic Sea. And also my mom's husband, he's a sailor, so I mean someday I would like to take a picture like this of them sailing in their boat. That would be really nice. I think that that would make a picture to hang on their wall. So, but I mean, this is also one of these still and calm pictures that you can hang on your wall. When you want something that is, you know, quite... This has such a strong... sorry. This picture has such a strong subject, and I think it turned out really well. And I really like these kinds of pictures where the subject is very obvious and the picture is quite minimalistic. I mean, you have textures all over this picture. You have the sea, and you have the sky, and you have clouds in the sky. So that makes, you know, everything around the subject makes this just gives you know, it gives something to the subject. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah. So that's why I like this picture. You see, I mean, there could have been a couple of seagulls or something that would also have definitely added something, but I think that's how I'm thinking usually when I do photography, and I think that comes a lot from my nature and landscape thinking of photography, because I'm very inspired by a lot of landscape photographers. So that's, I think, why I usually think about what can I leave outside the picture instead of including, which compared to street photos where you often have to, well, I mean, it's kind of the same. You have to look for a very specific subject, but there is usually a lot going on. So sometimes when doing street photography, you have to, you know, include the surrounding instead of excluding it, if that makes sense. I'm not sure any of this made sense. I'm just very bored, and I really wanted to make something productive today, other than cooking and playing video games and playing guitar and taking photos of my cats. I mean, that's of course also very productive, but now I've actually made something today, and I'm not very proud of it, but it's something, and I think it might, for a Thursday, I think that turns out really well. So even though I'm sick right now, sick, whatever, having a cold, I am planning on doing at least 2 photography sessions next week. One in Uppsala with my friend Emily, and then another one with my friend Ariane. And we are going actually camping, and also with Susanna, my best friend. She's probably coming along. So that will be nice. So that will also be a bit more than just me talking, which is fine, you know, I like talking. And hopefully, if you have listened these 8 minutes and 25 seconds, you have probably liked listening to me. Otherwise, I really hope that you would have clicked the shutting down button by now. I hope you are all doing well. We are up to 8 subscribers now. We're going strong. It's only 999,992 left to the golden button. We'll get there soon. So, once again, thank you, David, for helping me out with those amazing ba-doom, boom, ba-doom, ba-doom bass lines. And hope the 7 other of you is doing well as well. So enjoy your weekend, because it's soon coming up.